We are here in Nashville with our friend Glenn Rosenstein, musical bon vivant, engineer, producer, mixer, songwriter, international financier, you name it, he is the man.
Wow.
And Glenn, tell us a little bit what brought you down from your home in New York to Nashville, just a little background.
I came down here to do a record, and I really enjoyed the culture. I really enjoyed the sense of camaraderie. There was a great community for music and an enormous amount of support, which I think you guys are getting a sense of, right now. And the alternative was being in New York City, which I loved and which was where I was from. But at the same time, New York in 1998 was a radically different place than where it is right now. And I just saw an enormous amount of opportunity here to be able to expand, to reach out a little bit, to interact with musicians who I had not been used to working with. And it started as a 6-month experiment, and it turned into 26 years. I'm here for 26 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
In Circus, you're known as quite a gear maven, and you've seen changes in this industry over the last 30 years. Tell me a little bit what attracted you to Triad-Orbit stands.
Well, as in music, I appreciate anything that's great. Greatness is rare. And I had the absolute honor and privilege to work with a lot of artists that were great. And when I see a piece of equipment that reflects that same kind of integrity, that same kind of passion, that same kind of direction, I'm compelled to be drawn to it. And the Triad-Orbit stuff, I've said this before, it's a work of art. The manufacture, the attention to detail, the execution is surprising, absolutely surprising. And for me, it made me want one. I wanted one.
Now, how do you see what Triad-Orbit has done in the philosophy of the modular setups, working with new studios, which don't really need a lot of physical space to track now? You can, with all the digital and all of the innovation, you can basically use smaller setups to get big sounds. So tell us how that might play into this.
I think that one of the things that Triad brings to the game is the flexibility to be able to incorporate sophisticated and complicated setups in a very, very small platform, a very, very small footprint. And without sacrificing flexibility, without sacrificing sonic choices. If anything, the sonic choices that are offered by the Triad system are more than with a typical microphone stand. So if you're a large professional studio like we have here, you're going to benefit from it. If you're a smaller, either home-based or project-based studio, it's going to allow you to be able to position your microphones in a way that you would not really be able to do unless you had the kind of real estate that a place like this would afford.
What do you have to say about investing in good gear? Investing in something that's been commoditized, right, to something that's stepping up to the caliber of what you're using it with.
Well, I think that a great microphone deserves a great stand. And if you're using a microphone of high quality, you want to make sure that you're protecting your investment. So above and beyond the functionality of the Triad-Orbit equipment, I have had a number of instances where I have microphones that are upward of $10,000 a piece that were on some very popular brand name microphone stands that would either slip or, and I'd look at that and I go, holy cow, a couple of more bucks in a higher quality mic stand, which seems to be what Triad-Orbit's end game is, would certainly be worth the investment, without a doubt.
And then the nice smile at the end of that, that's your
for relaxing times.
That's right.
Make it Triad-Orbit time.